Hi, this is Linda from Hoop Sisters, and today we're going to show you how to make block E9, E10, F9, and F10. Here it is right behind me. The samples I'm making are for the 9-inch block. They take about 30 minutes to stitch out, which is amazingly quick this year. And this one has digital cutting files for our appliques. So let's get started. Today we're going to be working with block E9, E10, F9, and F10. We need to stitch 4 of these blocks all the same. So here's a look at what the finished block will look like. This is the 9-inch block. The supplies you will need will be a square of fabric 4, a square of fabric 6. You will need either a square of fabric 11 or really any color you like. I chose to use a different color. Or you will need some pre-cut appliques, and I'm going to do the pre-cut. You will need your backing fabric. If you're doing the backing with 3 different fabrics, in your directions it'll tell you which backing fabric to use. Optional wool batting, which we are going to use. You will also need your thread A with a bobbin, your thread B with a bobbin, and your thread D with a bobbin, wash away thread, and battleizer, and I've already gone ahead and stitched step 1, so now we will go on to step 2. So step 1 I stitched in a neutral thread. I stitched in a dark color so you could see it. Step 2 for the optional wool batting, you'll place your prepared piece of wool batting, and we went ahead and stitched or pressed the edges so they're nice and compressed there on the edges. You'll place it within your placement stitch, and you'll use a water soluble thread, and the machine will zigzag your wool batting in place. We recommend that you set your presser foot at the highest possible height to help you get over the wool batting. I just completed step 2, which is to zigzag the wool down. If you're not using wool, you can go ahead and skip to step 3. In step 3, we will take a square of fabric 6. We'll place it right side up over the placement stitch and smooth it out, continuing with water soluble thread, and the machine will stitch a tack down stitch. So I just finished step 3, and I placed fabric 6 over and I did my tack down. I went back and restitched a part of it in a darker thread so you could see where it is. This is where your appliques are going to go. So my next step would be to trim right here and leave about a scant 1/4 inch. So after I do that, I will come back and we'll continue on. For step 4, if you're going to do the trim and place appliques, you'll take your square of applique fabric, place it over your placement stitches, and the machine will stitch a tack down, and then you'll trim it. I'm going to use trim and place appliques, so I will use my glue pen, put a little glue inside the placement stitch, and then place my appliques directly over the stitches. You can also use temporary spray adhesive, but I really like this glue pen. So once I get them in place, I'll use water soluble thread and tack down my appliques. So here's a shot of my pre-cut appliques already stitched on, lined up perfectly. The next step is fabric 6, and I will take a square of fabric 4, place it over the empty spot in the corner, leaving a 1/2 inch on the outside edge, continuing with water soluble thread, and stitch the tack down. Here's my completed step 6, and I've gone ahead and trimmed away the excess. This will be applique, so we trim it nice and close. Step 7 is to place the back on. So I will turn the hoop over. And on this block we need to do one block. If you're doing the 3 different fabrics, you need to do one block with fabric 10, you need to do one with fabric 11, and you need to do 2 with fabric 12. So just follow your directions, make sure you're using the right backing, place the back on, turn it over, and baste it on. So now my back is on, and what we do recommend now is you turn off your automatic thread cutter once your back is on your block. And for step 8, we're going to put thread D in the needle and the bobbin, and we're going to stitch some quilting. Just finished step 8, and for step 9 I'm going to place thread A in the needle and the bobbin, and the machine will stitch the feather quilting here in the corner, as well as some decorative stitches over the top of your appliques. So the final step for this block is step 10, and we're going to place thread B in the needle and the bobbin, and it will stitch the decorative or the satin stitch around your appliques and over your raw edge in the middle. So now it's time to trim up these blocks, and all 4 of them will be trimmed up exactly the same way. So all 4 sides will be trimmed using the metal edge on the Trimmer by George. So to use this metal edge, you turn back your face of your block and slide your trimmer up to the basting stitch and rotary cut off your battleizer and your backing, and you'll do this on all 4 sides. And once you get all your backing and battleizer trimmed off, then you can turn your trimmer over and use the 1/4 inch line to line up with that final basting stitch where you sewed your back on. And you'll trim the face of your block to a 1/4 inch on all 4 sides. So there's our completed block.